You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live, This Week. Featuring news and commentary on This Week in Black Hollywood. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live This Week, Dario Kristen.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Friday, and welcome to Black Hollywood Live. I'm your host, Dario Kristen, and here joining me in the studio today are Courtney Stewart.
The birthday girl.
The birthday girl. Happy birthday, Courtney.
Thank you. Hello.
And DJ Jesse J.
What up?
On today's show, we're going to cover a variety of different topics, including Lauryn Hill being sentenced to federal prison for 3 months.
How tragic.
The Willie Manning execution details. And drama on the USC campus with racial profiling.
You could have thrown one happy topic in.
You know what?
We got
The
a
happy
joyful
thing is that
thing to talk
Courtney's
about.
birthday is today. That's what's happy.
That's
That's
why
what's
I'm wearing
happy.
yellow. It's
And
a happy
also,
day.
it's a happy day, exactly. Well, some people might find this happy, or maybe not. We're going to read the results from last week's Buzzer question. It was, do you think that Beyonce steals from other artists? 80% of you said yes, 20% said no.
I love no one was undecided.
No one was undecided. It was a
Very clear.
clear
Landslide.
answer. It was a
So
landslide.
Beyonce, we're gonna need you to change your.
Well, that wasn't part of the question. We just said, do we think she copying it? Some of us like it.
Yeah, that's true.
Girl, you
doing
That
what
could
you
be
do,
part B to the
girlfriend.
story. That could be part B. Now, today's Buzzer Meter question is, do you think that Kobe Bryant's mother is entitled to steal his stuff? We're going to talk about that story a little bit later in the show today, but you guys go vote for that and we'll read the results on next week's show.
Well,
All right. What? All right. So, Jesse, what trending topics do you have for us today?
Well, you are a trending topic, sir.
Excuse me.
We all know Sherry Shepherd. She just came out with a new book.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if you guys know about that. It's called
Yes.
Plan D.
Yes.
And it's actually about her fight with diabetes and weight loss. And our own Daryl Christian actually sat down with her today,
I did. We'll play the clip
and
really
we
quick.
have a video.
1.3 million African Americans are diagnosed with diabetes currently right now that are
Absolutely.
20 years and older. What do you think that we need to do as a community to really promote the message to decrease that number?
It is. It's the 4th highest killer in the Latino and the African American community. And I think, number one, we got to change the way we eat. Because first of all, in the community, we called it the sugar.
Yeah.
We never said so-and-so had diabetes. We said, oh, Uncle Otis, he got the sugar. Anyway, he be eating ribs, macaroni and cheese, sweet potato pie, fried this, fried that. I learned how to fry a Twinkie in my family, and we got to really change the way we eat. We got to look at food in a different way, even in the Latino community. And we have to learn to exercise because, ladies, I know how you feel. My hair. I just got this weave. I can't be sweating out my hair. Do you want to live or do you want nappy hair? So, we got to work this out.
So that was our clip today with Sherry. She was great.
You
want
want
to live or do you want nappy
Do you want nappy hair? And
I want to live and have nappy
well,
hair.
ironically, later on in the interview, she talks about her line of wigs. So she was
Yes,
telling women,
she's
hey,
the wig
listen, you don't have to worry about the nappy hair or your hair being sweated out or
love the
anything. You can just
wigs.
get her line of wigs and you'll be good to go.
They're
But the most
fabulous.
important thing is to get tested and
Yeah.
make sure that you're good.
Cross-promotion.
Cross promotion. But she's great. Her book just went #1 on New York Times bestsellers. So we're really happy for Sherry, and she's great. So it was a fun interview. She's really fun to talk to.
Congrats.
There
She's
we
awesome.
go. I know last week we talked about Chris Kelly of Criss Cross passed away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he had his funeral this past Thursday at the Jackson Baptist Memorial. Another member of Criss Cross, Chris Smith, had a very hard time getting any type of words out at the funeral. And that probably the saddest part was his mother, Donna Kelly Pratt, who, as they were closing the casket, kept saying, please don't close it. Please don't close it on my son, and broke down into tears. A lot of people, a lot of celebrities showed up. Brat was there. Jay Dupree was there. And he actually, they both wore their pants backwards.
I saw
for Criss
that,
Cross.
yeah.
So that was kind of cool. So, just sending love and everything to their family and friends.
That's a sad story.
A little happier news, kind of.
Finally, a little bit happier news, right?
Ja Rule is free, ladies and gentlemen. It's been 2 long years, but Ja
Yes.
Rule is a free man. He will be released July 28th, but then put under house arrest. So
Hey,
Hey,
but he's
I'd rather
out.
be at
I'd
home.
exactly.
he's
You're
out,
at home.
gets to see his kids. So hopefully he's become a changed man. Hopefully we'll get some good music out of Ja
That's
Rule.
what I was gonna say.
'cause-
Can we get a new album? I mean,
That'll
'cause
be
if you're under house arrest,
interesting.
you can still. He'll have to build an in-house studio or
Record,
something like
yeah.
that. So.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this is the year for
Ja
Ja Rule
Rule
to come
and
back.
Ashanti come back.
Yep, he was
the
obviously
summer.
arrested for tax evasion and possession of a gun, and he did the sentences back to back with each other. So,
Whew.
congratulations, Ja
Congrats.
Rule.
Yeah.
Let's stay out of trouble this time. Unfortunately, I can't say that for our next person, Miss Lauryn Hill. We all know we've been talking about her and her tax issues. Well, she got sentenced to 3 months. She got 3 months jail time. And she had to pay $1.8 million. On Monday, she failed to pay it. But Sunday night, now, girl, you know the banks ain't open. Like, because you know when you get that check on Friday and then you wait till Saturday and you put it in
Yes, you don't, that money is
only
not ready.
$100 go through and you got to wait like 3 days for that. Like, Lauryn Hill.
Yes.
Well, apparently her attorney says that she paid $970,000.
Ooh, that's a big check.
That's a
That's
lot
a huge
of
check
lot of
to
money.
satisfy the bills, but because it wasn't put in on time, sorry.
Now, did her accountant, didn't they tell her like you got to pay this on Friday and pay it on Friday?
No, she should have been calling it on 4. I mean,
No.
4 days in advance.
Okay.
That's how banks work. So,
Oh,
Lauryn Hill, we're
Lord.
gonna talk when you get out.
I hope somebody. She got
Who's
6
gonna,
kids.
who's going to? I was going to say who's
That's a
going to
lot
take care of those kids?
Because the oldest is what, 13 now?
Rohan. I guess Rohan has to step up, right?
Where is he? Anybody know where Rohan is?
Jamaica. I don't know.
Speaking of kids,
Okay.
Lil Wayne.
Oh my.
Acting like a damn kid. I don't know if you guys heard, he did a remix with rapper Future called Karate Chop. It wasn't an official remix, you know, they're all friends, so they kind of just hop on with each other.
Right.
In the remix, there's a couple sentences about a few different people, but one specifically to, what is it, Emmett Till?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Emmett Till.
This is what the quote says. Beating up your block, yeah, I get my Emmett Till on. Well, Emmett Till's family was outraged by this. And Mountain Dew actually dropped him from the campaign, which I
As they
hope
should.
after our last week's conversation with the whole
The
goat
goat.
commercial,
Yeah.
you know, let's stay away from rappers for a little bit. Let's get a pop star.
Yeah.
What's Rihanna doing? At least Rihanna. Let's pull,
No
pull
comment.
somebody.
I don't know if Rihanna would be a good idea.
Yeah, I honestly, Jesse, that if you know anything about history or people know anything about history, Emmett Till is just such a sad story, but it is
Why?
a major movement in black culture because of the story of what happened to him. And to even touch that as a black artist and to rap about that, I just found it really disrespectful.
Are we getting to the freedom of speech thing
No,
again?
that's bullcrap. No, shut up. You're smart. You are respectful. Like, you understand. You should know your history. Obviously, you know a little bit because you brought it up in your rap in reference to being beat. This man was beat to his death.
Beat to his death.
That is not cool.
And it was just because he said hello to a white woman.
Freedom of speech is bullcrap.
Yeah, he
Like,
was
freedom
14
of speech,
14
there's
13 or
also
14 years old.
responsibility
Do we
and have
put-
some character.
Do we put this in the same category
Yes,
as Rick Ross?
yes.
To
It's
me,
garbage.
I mean, they're the same thing. I can't say. I mean, I'm gonna say because of history, it's worse because of what happened to Emmett Till. But it's the same.
The context.
Same
It's
concept. Yeah, same
disgusting.
thing.
Well, so Mountain Dew was really quick with there. They're like, we're just not going to be working with her
Smackdown.
any further. You know, at least Reebok was a little easier
Yeah.
with Rick Ross. So yeah, he wrote a semi-apology letter to the family. I don't know. It goes, as a father, I can imagine the pain that you've had to endure. I would like to take a moment to acknowledge your hurt, as well as the letter you sent via your attorney. Why do you have to add that little part in? I don't know.
It's just a half apology to me. Like it's not even. It doesn't even feel like a real apology to me.
So now with the whole Jason Collins story with the the gay basketball player, now Wayne comes out and says he supports Jason. He's a huge basketball fan, and he says it's opening doors. which agreed.
Yeah, I mean, it's opening doors, but I also feel like that's a little bit of him trying to do
Make
a little
up
damage
for-
control for what he
Modulate
said
for the
previously.
mess.
Let
Well,
me, I'm in trouble now because I said these negative things. So let me say something positive, so maybe people forget what I said before.
Well, that and also, I mean, obviously he's been having these seizures due to the promotion of the type of scissor he's been drinking. So hopefully he's trying to do some sort of damage control. I mean, it was very simple. He said his statement was, "Be you." All right.
Thanks. I'll
There we
try.
go, Wayne.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Noted.
Wayne was in the news again. This
my
past
God.
Saturday night, he walked Floyd Mayweather down to the ring for the big fight, performing the song "No Worries." Mayweather won the fight, and this is actually, he's 36 years old, 44 wins, 0 losses, 26 KOs, and he won $32 million. I mean,
And did you see the fight? I saw the fight.
Lord.
That fight was
New
ridiculous.
damn
He didn't even
profession.
look like he had a scratch on his face. The
Get
other
it,
guy
brother.
was destroyed.
Get it, brother.
He killed it right there.
32
He killed it.
mil.
32 million.
Wanna fight?
Right.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a lot, though.
I'm
And you
not
just
mad.
spared that 100 mil.
All right, well, let's talk something a little more positive. We all know Bill Duke created I don't know if you guys saw, in 2011, he created a documentary
Yep.
called Dark Girls.
Excellent.
It talks about the struggles and the deep rooted issues that a lot of dark girls have to face. A lot of biases that go on and attitudes towards the skin color. It was released in the Toronto Film Festival, and it got such a great review that Oprah actually wants to premiere it on television on OWN, and it will be out in June. So,
Great move,
congratulations!
It's
Oprah.
excellent. So, I mean,
Yes.
I think it's so appropriate for OWN too.
I kind of wish it was not on OWN. I kind of wish it was.
I wish it
like,
was on-
on
yeah.
like NBC. Or, you
It would be
know.
great
Well,
if
that's
it were
true,
on like
right.
a more mainstream station.
Right.
But who knows? It may, you know,
Maybe
maybe
that
she can
will
make
be the
roads
stepping stone for it
for
to
the
get to
next-
those other
for other
levels
people to
and
see it.
platforms.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's
There we go, Oprah.
Go
She-
Oprah.
she's
She is-
making moves.
She's
She is
making
going
moves
to
on
make
OWN.
own
You know
work.
what? Oprah is not going to take those low ratings.
No.
You know, she's going to make sure she gets them back up.
Going down fighting.
She's going down fighting.
Well, you know who else is going down fighting it? Willie Manning.
Oh, yeah.
I know we've all heard about this trial.
Yes.
Willie Manning was convicted for killing 2 people, his girlfriend and his girlfriend's daughter, 4 hours before he was going to be put to death in the trial. He claims that he wanted he had forensic evidence that would clear his name.
Right.
So, can you imagine 4 hours, first of all, before you were about to die?
No. Scary.
What is the next day like? That's all I could
Yeah,
sit there in
I
that
can't even
moment
imagine.
and think about. So now people are causing such an uproar. People are upset about it. I like what Courtney said before. It's like, the man's about to die. Do the test.
Right.
At the end of the day.
Yeah. There's so many flaws in this story.
Well, they're also saying there's no African Americans on the jury, and
It's Mississippi.
It's
Yeah.
Mississippi.
It's Mississippi.
well, and it's funny because the people that I've talked to, you know, some people are really gun ho, like, no, he deserves what he's about to get, and some people, I mean, I know Daryl, you said you feel that there are.
There's flaws. I feel like they don't have all the complete evidence, and the forensic test is the key element to it.
Yeah.
So just grant them that.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, because they said that they found a hair in the back of the car, which belongs to an African American.
Okay.
Which
That's,
means for
Okay.
sure that it was him.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I don't know. Whether you believe in the death penalty or not, if we're going to kill somebody, like, shouldn't we do
we make
everything
sure-
we can
Everything,
to
right.
make sure as we are sure as possible?
So
But
do you think it comes down to, I mean, I'm sure there is a bit of race, but is it more race heavy or is it more paying for that?
I was gonna say it's probably tax dollars. They're like,
It's
listen,
probably a
we don't want to keep him
combination.
in jail because we need that space, and we don't want to pay for anybody anymore.
Right.
So, yeah, it's probably a combo.
it's probably a combo.
Alrighty. Well, there was a combination going on in New York this week at the Met Gala.
Yes.
Everybody was there.
Yes, fundraiser at New York Metropolitan Opera House. I mean, this year's theme was punk rock, and
Most people didn't really go for the
yeah,
punk
I
rock.
think we were punked out of it.
Yeah,
this
we were
season.
definitely punked out of it.
I don't know. I was not really happy with most of the choices this season. I mean, we got Beyonce. She wore a Givenchy dress, and I don't know what she was trying to go for with the fire and all that.
But that train was like gorgeous and wonderful.
she looked
and
kinda hot.
fantastic.
yeah, but then the boots were a little too much.
The boots were too much, but it's Met Gala. Like, they're supposed to be costuming.
yeah, over the top a little
strong,
bit,
over
yeah.
the top fashion.
Yeah.
So
Solange
I don't
looked
love
good.
them.
I like Solange.
I
It
love
was
Solange,
simple.
of course.
And then
Afro and
obviously
blue.
Jennifer Lopez for me personally just killed it.
Yeah, Jennifer Lopez won for me because she had the punk going on with the makeup and the hair, and then the dress
Yeah,
was
she always
fantastic.
comes correct.
Next we have Miss Nicki Minaj, who the dress was kind of, it was all right, but I was just more in awe by her makeup and
Hair
the
and
hair.
makeup, go.
She looks rock starish. She looks sexy.
She did it. She did that.
She did things.
What about, did you guys see Alicia Keys? This was my biggest disappointment.
I'm sorry, Snooze.
I feel like Alicia Keys wears this top to everything and then she
It
just
is her.
replaces.
It is kind of her signature.
Am I going to
type.
wear a skirt or am I going to wear pants
Well,
with
in
this?
her defense, if it looks good on your shoulders and that's the cut that works for you, yeah, stick with it, I guess.
Listen, Alicia still looks good, but
She looked- that outfit looked a mess.
she could have picked a different outfit. But she's
But, you
pretty
know,
though.
Personally, for me, I think this next person, Eve, rapper Eve, I mean, I just haven't seen her out in a while. The dress to me is very punk rock meets glam.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I agree
agree.
with Courtney. She said that she didn't really care for her hair.
Don't care for the hair, but the outfit is
The
great.
outfit's killing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't she supposed to have new music?
Yeah,
she
is.
is. She is about to drop an album. Another flop for me is Miss Kerry Washington. I feel where she was trying to go, and it
Where was that?
I'm like a.
Hey, you
vamp.
guys leave Carrie alone.
No, I feel like
I
she was
love Carrie.
I
You
feel like
guys
she was
leave
trying
Carrie
to do a
alone.
very vamp look, and I just feel like
No,
the
it's
dress
not-
wasn't fitted.
It's not the best.
Properly, and
It's a
the colors are too
Boring
muted.
And, yeah.
Maybe it
Those
looked better in
gloves.
person.
But you know
I'm
who
trying to defend you,
apparently
Carrie.
it does
I'm trying
look
to
better
defend
than is Miss Kim Kardashian, because this poor girl has
Gotten
been.
Oh,
so much
They've
trash.
slammed her.
I mean, when Robin Williams is comparing you to Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah.
So Kim Kardashian was dressed by, I mean, the same as Beyonce, Givenchy. And a lot of people are complaining. Rumor has it that Kanye is embarrassed.
Look at his face.
Yeah, he doesn't look happy in any of the pictures he's with her. But I mean, at the end of the day,
She gives good face.
the designer said, I dressed her in that. I think she looked amazing. You have to remember she's pregnant, and you know that is Kanye West's future wife. So he hinted to
Yes.
marriage coming,
Yes.
and that's Givenchy is Kanye West's very, very close friend.
I'm just thinking because of her body shape with being pregnant, maybe those type of patterns aren't the best for her.
Well, yeah.
Because it kind of,
Yeah.
I'm trying to be, nice about this, but it just ain't working. And normally Kim kills it, so it's just
She
not
ain't
working.
been killing it pregnant, unfortunately.
Maybe she doesn't know how to coordinate all that
But-
in one pregnancy.
I think from the
kind of
other
thing.
angle, she looks good because she's got a nice long split, and you get the skin, and it breaks up that pattern because the pattern is a little extra. But in the end, she looks really pretty in the face.
Well, yeah, and
The makeup is
I just
pretty.
wish she kept the pattern on top, and then from like the chest down, the stomach down, a black.
Or maybe if we
Something
had
black.
something open at the neckline, so she wasn't like choking.
Them
And
In other words, just burn the dress.
Them
she's
gloves
been,
were
she looks
killing me.
swaddled. Like it's too much.
So Kanye, I mean, maybe he was just serious because he did perform his new song, I Am God.
Oh God.
Which that's all I'm going to leave it at. Like, really, Kanye?
And
just can't.
whatever. Go
Which is
Kanye.
going to be released this summer along with his new album.
I actually do hope they move to Paris.
Oh, really cute. But
They should.
no
be
comment,
over there.
actually.
They should be over there.
No comment. But what we want you guys to do after you guys visit us at BlackHollywoodLive.com is to visit our sister site, AfterBuzzTV.com. Basically, what we do is whatever your favorite TV show, we do the after shows for them. We do shows for Scandal, Survivor, Real Housewives of Atlanta, which unfortunately just ended, and many more. So whatever your favorite TV show is, visit us at AfterBuzzTV.com, and you can stream us live from the computer, your iPhone, and your iPad, or any
Mobile
phone device,
devices.
actually. I'm sorry.
Mobile devices.
Well said, Jesse. Well
Thank
said.
you, sir.
Yes.
Courtney, birthday girl, what gossip and rumors do you have for us this week?
Oh, we had lots of gossip and lots of rumors as usual. Oh God! And of course, we're starting off with the same old one. It's like every week there's something new. Well, not even new. It's the same old shtick for Chris Brown and Rihanna. So for those of you that care or didn't know, Chris Brown and Rihanna are no longer together. Is that a good sound or a bad
Yeah, is
sound?
that a good
Party horn.
All right, that's a party horn. Like, yay, they're not together. Okay.
Okay.
And if they're back together next week, we're not going to call.
I mean, they could be back together right now. We don't really know. But as far as we are aware right now, they have both tweeted clearly that some, disruption in their love has occurred. Rihanna tweeted that settling is not an option, ! Nothing less than 100% loyalty, honesty, and respect, ! Love ain't for kids. # but I'm sleep though. I will say that I love Rihanna for that. Generally, I'm not that big of a fan of all of her hot messery going on Twitter because she just be running off at the
She's
mouth
been going
a
on
lot.
like going on a rant lately.
But
boy.
I'm sorry, the hashtag "But I'm Sleep" though was like
That's genius. Yeah.
That was genius.
That was
so,
genius.
and then of course Chris Brown also on the same day said sometimes loving someone
Sometime.
is too. Oh, I'm sorry, he didn't have an S on that. I apologize. Sometime loving someone is too much. Exclamation point. So loving from a distance will help everyone grow. Exclamation point. Be blessed. Period. Live your life. Exclamation point. I wonder who he's referring to. Huh.
I'm glad his PR people are handling his Twitter.
I
now.
mean, somebody is sitting next to him like, Chris, stop being crazy. Let's work this out. So he was trying to be nice about it. Rihanna is obviously like, okay, I know what's up. I'm tired of you cheating on me. That's what word on the street is.
I just think it's a big ploy. He just released that song we talked about last week with the lyrics about Rihanna and
Be
how
in love. You think it's a PR stunt?
That's
and
what I was
they're
going to
actually
ask. Do you
still in
think it's
love?
just all manipulated for the media?
You don't think? I mean, I think Rihanna might be a little bit crazy, and the whole like, oh, I saw you with so and so, even if nothing was going on. I don't necessarily think Chris Brown cheated, but I think she's probably nutting up. Like, what do you mean you were seen with blah blah blah? That's not okay, and lost her mind and broke it off.
I will say, Chris Brown, and I hope you follow through with this. So loving from a distance will help everyone grow. Yes,
That is
let's
true.
Follow
Let's
through
follow
with
that.
Let's
Yeah.
listen to that.
Let's stick with that, Chris.
Stick with that plan and make things happen. So while Rihanna is now a single woman, she also got her documentary 777 released. We all know I'm not much of a fan. So, I mean, that's how I feel about it. So
Yeah, the
7
reviews are
cities,
killing
7
it.
countries, 7 days. She invited a whole bunch of reporters and whatnot to be on the plane with her to travel to all these gigs. And she was,
And
it was kind of crazy and exhausting.
yeah, I was tired of.
I was tired. Just I didn't get to see it all at once, like all the way through when it aired on Fox, but I saw the clips online, and I was like, oh goodness, it looked hot. They
Yeah.
looked cramped and
Yeah.
in coach and throwing liquor everywhere when they could,
and nude reporters running around
and
on
naked people running
planes
around.
and
Like there was
all
nothing
kind of
that
stuff.
seemed very positive or exciting about that experience. But people did say there for all the criticism that she has gotten because she wasn't very accessible to the reporters, even though supposedly she never actually promised that she would be accessible to the reporters. They did empathize with her and the grueling like schedule and having to do all these shows. Like they could sort of empathize with that. And some reporters have said, I mean, it's a rough gig. I mean, it's the glamorous life, so to speak, but it's a lot of work. So I could peep that.
Yeah, I mean the documentary was it was cool. I just think they made it bigger than what it was like. You know, I don't know. And then after she does the first show, she's exhausted. Everyone's exhausted. They partied so hard. I mean, I would have loved to have been on the plane because
Oh,
the
hell
gifts
yeah,
she
yeah.
gave.
The gifts are amazing.
Yeah.
Gift bags are always
She
a
gave
plus.
everybody a diamond, so that way everyone can always say, I have had a diamond in my life. It was a diamond bracelet. But yeah, I mean, it was just, I physically felt tired just by watching this thing. But so shout out to you, Rihanna.
Go. If nothing else,
For
you gave a
being
good
able to do
gift.
that.
And that's what we will remember you by if I were there. Anywho, speaking of crazy, there was the lovely. Okay,
Speaking
so
of gangsters.
gangsters. Okay, so there's Brandy Glanville of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. This week on Watch What Happens Live, Nene Leakes made a comment. Well, she was asked a question about the Housewives, and she commented on Brandy Glanville, basically calling her sloppy. Like, for the short of it is calling her sloppy, and that she kind of was running off at the mouth and had a little too much liquor at the Bravo upfronts in New York. So Brandy responded back. Oh, because Nene also said she was talking about being gangster and how she trying to be gangster
Right.
and whatever. So
Yeah.
Brandy, I can't even believe I'm talking about this. Brandy responded back, and her response was, why can't I be gangster? Because I'm white? Because I'm tall? Because I'm skinny?
Wow, that just explained it all right
Do we
there.
really need to
Yeah, that
respond
just
to that?
just
We
her
just
response.
we
is just-
just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah.
In the end, she just kind of felt like Nene was sort of talking down about the other housewives, and Nene's acting like she's Queen Bee and
being a bully.
being a bully, so to speak. But if any of you watched the Watch What Happens Live episode, I thought Nene was amazing.
I did too.
I thought it was
She always
great.
is.
She was super likable, like super. I felt it seemed very honest, whether it was lies or not, but it felt very honest, and she gave some dish.
I like the place
so-
she's at right now.
Yeah.
Nene.
I love it. I love it. Speaking of dish, Nicki Minaj continues to show her, as my grandmama would say, backside.
And this one literally.
Literally. she's like, I don't even, okay, so at American Idol, they're doing interviews backstage, and Laura Saltman from Access Hollywood decided to interview Nicki Minaj, who had just recently, been tweeting some nonsense as usual about Mariah Carey. So Laura asked her about it. Well, Nicki didn't like that, y'all. Nikki didn't like it so much that she basically said, that question didn't make sense. So if you want me to insinuate what you're talking, shoot, I'm not going to. And she turned her back and stank faced her and walked away.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but you know what?
I kind of
No,
Yeah,
you
I
cannot
know. It's-
defend. There is a polite way to say,
Read
I'm
the
not
question.
going to answer
There
that
is,
question.
but it's just like I know exactly what you're saying, so say what you're gonna say. Like, don't beat
Don't
around the bush.
beat around the bush.
Are you
Just be
excited
direct.
for the
You're
end
saying
of
just be
American
direct with the
Idol?
question.
Like,
Well, she was trying to politely ask a question that is not that polite to begin with, because what Nikki was doing was not polite. And Nikki could have responded, oh, I know what you're trying to say. I'm not going to go there, though. You have any other questions? Smile. I'm a nice person. Not I'm a jack.
yeah, but then no one's gonna talk about it. Now we're talking about it.
Whatever.
She got what she wanted.
Hence why I did not want to do the story. Say that.
I
don't
love
like
you,
Nicki
Nikki.
Minaj. I do not love you, Nikki, because you.
Just come on the show and defend yourself, Nikki. That's all
She
you
was
need to do.
just in Elle magazine talking about uplifting women and like being positive and like wanting to take over the world, and then she's acting out on American Idol, and I just can't get with that.
But
Sorry.
isn't that what we
I don't
love
take
about
it as
Nikki? The
acting out, though.
contradiction a little bit,
No.
the slight
You
contradiction.
want controversy that's intelligent. Like, be controversial about something that matters. Like, be mad because, I don't know, come up with something. But don't be mad because a freaking reporter asked you a question and you don't know how to behave in public. Sorry.
That's right.
I'm
You feel very
You know
passionate
what?
about that.
I just have feelings
Should we
around
leave
Nicki
the room,
Minaj.
Courtney?
I'm sorry.
All right, okay, all right.
That's fine.
All right, we'll move on to the
I
next
have
subject
my diva
then.
moment,
Yeah, yeah.
and apparently so does Beyonce. So Beyonce's diva demands. Why y'all had to put
That's
that picture
just
up there?
that's just so wrong. That's
That's
so
so
wrong.
mean. So Beyonce's.
That's so wrong.
Everybody's
We have laughing in the
laughing.
studio.
Don't laugh. I'm gonna say before I even read this, Beyonce, I'm on your side, girl.
Me too.
I am on your side. So Beyonce's writer for the things that she needs backstage or would like to have backstage was exposed, I guess, this week, so to speak. Nobody knows if it's for real or not because it could be fake because there have been fake ones that have been released before. But currently, as we know, here are some things that were on the list for her writer. She wants all of her crew members to wear 100% cotton. Ain't nothing wrong with that. She's just trying to hold on to the sweat. She wants alkaline water that must be chilled to 21 degrees and served with $900 titanium straws.
Now I will say this though.
Whoa.
Now, first of all, you said what you were gonna say, because then
Well, all I was going to say is, okay, I don't really know what titanium straws are, but I'm going to say that perhaps they have something to do with like maintaining your vocal cords and like in a special
That
place.
could be true.
that's
Because-
fine. That needs to be on your tour bus though.
Okay, but no, it's backstage before she has to go
Yeah, that's like right
on.
before she goes on stage. Right.
So if she gets a little parched and needs a drink of water, she can drink out of the proper straw that keeps it at the right temperature. So when it goes down, her vocal cords are functioning properly. So she can sing. And
First of all, the straws are only like $12. She wants an abundance of them. Like, I feel like she's just having them buy them so that she can hoard them on her bus.
okay, how do you know she doesn't need different ones for when she does lipstick changes? Because she don't want to mix up the lipsticks because then it won't look right. I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, you got a good
like,
point.
These are
I'm
things
a
that we
diva.
don't think
I'm
are
a
that big of a
diva.
deal, but it could be kind of an important thing.
Girl.
What if she got pictures taken in it? Okay,
Bye.
you're a hater. Okay,
I'm not a hater. That's
the next
ridiculous.
one that she had on the
I
list
feel this one.
was that the bathrooms must have new toilet seats and red toilet paper at every venue. I'm totally for the new toilet seats.
The red toilet paper makes me a little nervous
The
because my
red-
mind goes to different places on why you want red toilet paper.
I don't
and
understand the
wanna-
red toilet paper. Jesse told me it's healthy. I don't believe that because whatever they do to make it red cannot be healthy for you. I just don't believe that.
So it's funny because I heard about this through Simon Cowell. He was on, I think it was Wendy Williams, and he only uses black toilet paper. And it got into this really disgusting conversation.
Yeah,
Because you
just-
can see different things, and
Yeah.
So what Beyonce uses it for apparently is it's by a company named Renew.
Renault.
Well, how
People
do
in the
you-
booth are going crazy right
No,
now.
but how do you? Okay, I just have a real question. Red, you could see some things, but black, you can't even really.
Okay, we don't
see
need to
nothing.
First of
see
all,
anything serious.
the
No, you need to make sure that you are
That's what
clean
wipes-
before you get
That's
up.
what wipes are
Actually-
for. They're probably moistured.
As a matter of fact, do you know that
This is too much.
Yeah.
they say that if you look at your while it's on the toilet paper, that's serial killer tendencies.
Oh, nasty.
Wow, really?
What?
That's some imagination you've got.
Yeah, exactly. I've never heard that.
Oh, no.
Are you serious?
Google it.
All right, I'll Google it.
But wait,
Google
so
it.
Beyonce, the toilet paper company, it's this health company, and what the toilet paper does is it holds a lotion in the paper.
Which I
Okay.
don't understand.
So when
That's
you
not
wipe,
okay.
it releases this lotion, which actually cleans better down there. So
Okay,
it's-
hey, I'm
supposed
all
to
about
be-
cleaning
Lotions-
better down there. Now it makes
lotions
sense.
in special places, probably not a good plan, but whatever Beyonce, whatever you need, I believe in you. So her last,
She bootylicious, for
one
real.
of the last requests that she had, she needs to protect all that booty. Okay, so her last request was hand-carved ice balls that should be made after each show to cool her throat. Again, I'm not mad. I don't know why they have to be hand-carved, but if I were to guess, metal gives the water in the ice a weird taste, and maybe she don't like that. And if you rich and you Beyonce, why do you have to have things you
listen,
don't
if
like?
you can pay for
You
it,
paying
you
for
paying
it.
for it.
I'm not mad.
Yeah.
So, and the ice,
It's not harming anybody.
you know, she needs the ice to like chill her throat. I totally get that. After you sing a choir concert, you always want the little ice.
I'm okay
cubes.
with it.
Well, all right. So I did a little research on some other people who've had some crazy ones because I was like, Beyonce, some of them seemed a little crazy. There's a whole list of more things.
Yeah,
that she
there's
had.
more. We could go on for days.
So I have a
but-
couple other ones. The top 10 craziest requests, which some of them I don't think is Trent Reznor, 2 boxes of cornstarch, and the reason is because his pants are so tight that he puts the cornstarch down.
That
his
makes
pants and pulls
perfect
them up.
sense.
Makes sense.
Okay.
LL Cool J requests baby oil and 24 roses.
Why am I not surprised by that?
He
though?
also requests that if it's Tuesday, he wants Spaghetti Tuesday, Beef Wednesdays, and Tex-Mex Thursdays.
But that's because he
That's-
pays attention to what he eats.
Yeah, I'm
to
not
a
mad at
T.
that.
Now the next one's kind of really Marilyn Manson wants, which the first one I'm
You
totally
have
with.
such random people.
I love
How you
this.
go from LL to Marilyn Manson?
Haribo gummy bears, which
Love those. They're
Those
good.
I would be upset if it was
What
anything
kind of
else.
gummy bear?
Haribo.
Oh, Haribo.
Haribo, whatever. The gold, the
Haribo.
gold,
The little gold package with
Little
the little
gold package.
commercial.
Y'all know
I
what
got
it
you.
is.
Yeah, yeah.
The next one is amazing.
And then
Go,
he
Jesse.
requests that you can find either a toothless hooker or a bald hooker be placed in the back of the concert venue with him before the show.
And now you're out of control.
All right. All righty.
Prince requests plastic over everything. That just seems like a germaphobe.
Yeah, he's a germaphobe.
Iggy Pop requests obese people to be dressed in the back room as Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and also a
No.
Bob Hope impersonator.
Okay, well that's because of the things that
What?
that is that stuff that he took before the concert. That,
That's like,
that's what that is.
I would like to live
And
in a
then-
fairy tale briefly.
Yeah, I want to be in a fairy tale.
Oh my God, what?
Van Halen requests that they want bowls of M&Ms, but all the brown ones be taken out.
That's racist.
That's racist.
That's racist.
Racist. I like brown
So
M&Ms. They
that's
all
some
taste the
crazy
same.
ones.
Yeah, they do all taste the same.
Right, it's just
They're
like
not
humans.
like Skittles. Skittles taste different in different colors. Okay, well,
All
there
right.
you go. See, Beyonce's not all that bad. She just wants some toilet paper.
I would love to see
Why are you
Mariah
mad?
Carey's list.
Oh, I'd be scared. They released
It
a
would be
few of her
feathers.
lists back in the
It
day.
would be
but
feathers and dust. You know
Everything
what I mean?
has to be white. No, that's Jennifer Lopez.
and a fan to blow her hair.
I request
In
a
the wind.
bubble.
Diva
Yeah,
fans.
Diva fan.
Nonetheless, keep rolling, Beyonce. I want to see you one day. So, speaking of artists, we have Usher. Usher is in the news this week because he is now slated to play the famous boxer Sugar Ray Leonard in an upcoming film called Hands of Stone about brawler Roberto Duran. So, Usher's about to lose 25 pounds and take on the role. He hasn't, his last acting role was actually on Broadway in 2006 for Chicago. So he's going to dance around the ring. He said he's been studying the tapes already. He feels like because of his dance skills, he can get the moves because Sugar Ray had some very specific footwork that
I could
was
see
very
that.
special and noted to him. So Usher's making it happen.
I saw a picture and he's getting pretty buff. I
Have
mean,
we
he's-
seen Usher act in
Not-
anything?
Yeah, he was
What
in
was that one-
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah, he was in a couple of those movies in the
Like
Little
90s.
teen
Light It
movies
Up.
back in the
Light
day.
It Up and-
but, you know,
Yeah.
not like for real, for real. So,
I mean, he wouldn't be my first choice. When I first heard about this role, I actually thought that Anthony Mackie would be the
Yeah, he
ideal
said that.
person
I was
for
like, yeah,
this.
you're so right. That would be really great.
Yeah.
But I mean, Usher might surprise us because, like I said, I think he seems very like
Into
it, and he seems like a hard worker. Like he would get his acting training, and
Maybe
he's
that's
got
why
his
his
physical
music hasn't
training.
been that great because he's been so
He needs
focused
to
on
branch
acting.
out
Yeah.
and do something.
He's getting his J-Lo on. When the music goes bad, that's when she starts acting.
That's what's.
I'm just saying.
Oh.
No.
But hasn't the music always been bad? Just kidding.
No.
So moving on
Yeah.
to Usher's next story. I'm just kidding. So Usher is also in the news because he is being sued for $10 million.
Which, if you Google Usher and Justin Bieber and then look at the images, there are some real interesting suspect pictures of these two.
You're funny.
Oh,
I tried
leave
to-
them alone.
I tried to find one that...
He helped discover the
They're
kid.
buddies.
They're buddies.
They're buddies. So they're being sued for copyright infringement for the smash hit from Justin Bieber from 2010 called Somebody to Love. And apparently, a young man by the name of Devin Copeland and his collaborator, I think his name is Mario, but it was spelled like Mar-E-I-O, so I'm not real sure. I apologize, Mario Overton, however you pronounce that properly.
Mar-E-I-O.
It was Mar-E-I-O, so I don't know. Anyway, they apparently composed and produced this song in 2008 and did a competition with some talent scouts, and the talent scouts took their music. They had a few different songs that they presented to the talent scouts, and the talent scouts fished those out to various producers and various other artists, and tape got to Usher Raymond. And supposedly he also spoke with Usher's mother and around 2009, and there was word that Usher really wanted to work with him and really liked the song and maybe even would consider him as an opening act for a show. And so things started rolling, and then he didn't hear anything else. And then in 2010, Bieber comes out, and Usher is singing background vocals on this song, Somebody to Love. So they're suing him for $10 million for copyright infringement. Sounds like a pretty solid
Sounds like he
case
should
to
talk to
me.
Will.i.am.
Right.
Sounds
I
pretty
don't know if he
solid
should.
to
Or
me.
maybe he shouldn't.
So,
You're right.
I don't know. Good luck with that. I vote right now. I'm on Mar-E-I-O's side because that's the most interesting name I've seen in a while.
Sounds like a vocal lesson.
It does.
Mar-E-I-O.
I know. Say that 100 times.
Also being sued this week because everybody's in court apparently regularly.
Whoa.
Dang, why you got that?
Well, I mean, the
picture?
pictures that we chose today.
Well, actually,
You
her
guys-
face looks
I think her
kind of
face looks
normal.
good. I was actually there for this.
She looks like
exact
LaToya
performance.
Jackson right there.
Well, I mean, she kind of looks like LaToya Jackson right now in general.
I think her face
so-
looks pretty.
And
why I chose
I mean,
that's
LaToya
one of the
can
better
be
ones.
attractive.
I would say that's one of the better ones.
And she looked mad.
If you don't know, we're looking at Lil' Kim because Lil' Kim is getting sued too. And Lil' Kim is getting sued for $15 million. And she's being sued by her former manager, Andrew Rowe, who, okay, so initially, I guess, Kim sued him or put a suit in for him for $1 million for breach of contract and him being a hot mess in general. And he countered that with $15 million, saying that her diva antics have caused him not to be able to capitalize on all of these licensing deals that they were trying to put in place, from everything from perfume to vodka to clothing.
Yeah, there's a lot of endorsement deals.
A lot of endorsement deals, $15 million. Do you think Kim was really about to like rake in $15 million though?
No, he's bugging. He's not going to get this. He might get some sort of settlement from it, but there was equally
A mess.
both were messing
Does
with each
Kim
other
still have
equally.
$15 million? That's
That's what
my
I'm saying. Is
question.
she got
That's
that kind of
my
money
question.
right now?
I just Googled it, and it says $20 million.
She's worth $20 million.
That's her net worth.
What?
Wow,
I would
okay.
have never.
Which I
thought
do
that.
believe. I mean, honestly, hanging out with her in her camp, it's not even a question. Everything is taken care of without any question. Even like, I mean, she don't even know some of the people that be on her camp, and everything is
So
taken care
that
of.
would mean maybe there is some money floating
Maybe
somewhere in
there's money
somebody's
And
floating.
at
pocket.
some nice restaurants and be taking them on Rodeo Drive shopping. So.
Hopefully, she keeps that money in the bank because we don't want you to be in jail
Oh,
too for
Exactly.
other problems. So good luck with that, Kim. Wish you the best.
Could
I
you
vote-
imagine if Lil' Kim and Lauryn Hill were on
ended
the
up
same
in-
song?
Oh my God! How great would that be?
That would be a
album after
reality.
that would be
It'd be fire,
amazing.
and that would be a reality show. That's
It
that would be the
should
number
be.
one reality show right there.
Send Little Kim back to jail. Well, she's already been there.
Well,
so
she's
I
been
guess
there,
It's just
yeah.
sad that well, okay, that's a dream and fantasy we can have for ourselves.
Yeah.
All right, okay, so
I'm mad we couldn't just say, can they be friends?
I know.
Yeah, we always
Well,
have to take it to the
Lauren's
next
going to jail
level.
right now,
Right,
so
right.
it kind of made sense.
Well, it's
but,
more exciting the way we said it.
All right, speaking of these legal issues, we got some more legal issues for mamas. Kobe Bryant. Okay, so all the headlines made me laugh because they're like, he's suing his mom, and he's not suing his mom. So Kobe's mom sent some items of his paraphernalia growing up in high school, some rings that he had made for her, championship rings, and some jerseys and whatnot. And she decided, I'm gonna auction this because I need some money. Word on the street is she wanted a nicer house in Vegas. He was only willing to spend like so much, and she wants one that's like 1.5, and he was only willing to go for like 800 or something. So she decided, okay, well, I mean, I'll just make the money myself. So she sent.
I like that.
I think that's
Listen.
very she's on her stuff. So she sent these items to Golden Auctions in New Jersey. They were going to have an auction. Kobe found out about it. He had his lawyer send a cease and desist because saying that she did not have permission to sell those items to them because they've already given his mom a $450,000 advance. And he basically saying that wasn't her stuff. It was my stuff. She did not have permission to sell it. Give it back. So as of right now, I think actually it was a minute ago, a federal judge in California has told them they have to just put everything on hold. They're not allowed to sell anything. They're not allowed to throw it away. They're not allowed to do anything with it until
It's
the
just
legal
there.
issues are figured out. So they're just sitting there, no auction as of yet. So if you thought you were about to get you a Kobe jersey, you're going to have to wait.
I mean, they've had a turbulent relationship from the beginning because even when he first got married, they had the whole
Well,
conflict.
they didn't like Vanessa.
They didn't like
They
Vanessa.
didn't like that he didn't sign a prenup, which
Right.
is why Boo was about to walk away with a whole lot of cash.
Right, she was.
But that is probably why he has to protect his money, because he has to keep catering to his wife and her family because he was not always a good boy. But I don't understand, like, he's saying that his mom admitted to him in one quote that she did not own those items, that they weren't hers to sell. But I feel like there was some stuff in her house. She was like, I'm not about to do nothing with this. It was probably in the
He got
basement in
enough
boxes. He
jerseys.
got enough jerseys. I don't need to keep everything from everything. Like, you old now. I don't need all this. So she was like, hey, because mom is saying she asked Vanessa if Vanessa wanted the items, and Vanessa didn't want the items. So she was like, okay, cool. I'm selling them to the auction house. So it does seem a little bit shady that you would do that to your mom. Like,
Couple days
unless you
before
want
Mother's
the
Day.
items. It's not like he's saying, give me my stuff back. He's just saying you can't sell it. So I don't know. Why are you gonna do that to your mama? She
Yeah,
earned a
I think
couple-
there's more to it. I think it's just their history. They got a lot more that we just don't even know about.
$200,000, man. She just trying to buy a house. Anyway, don't see your mom. It's Mother's Day. That sucks.
All right.
There's
Well,
our news and gossip.
Thank you, Courtney, for the news and gossip.
Her gossip and rumors.
Before we get started with some hot topics, I want to remind everyone to go to iTunes, give us a rating, a comment. We read them. We definitely pay attention to everything. We love for you to give us 5 stars, but if you have something that you'd like for us to adjust or improve on, we want to know about it. We've got several shows. We've got this week, which we're watching right now and listening to right now on iTunes. We have Next, and we also have Portraits. So you can rate any one of those shows. Let us know how you feel. We definitely pay attention to that, and we really appreciate any comments you make. All right, on to hot topics. Well, this story was in the headlines this week. We've been talking about some racial profiling for the last couple of weeks in several of our shows. It has struck again
Struck again.
on the USC campus. Apparently last Saturday, a group of students were doing a party, a group of African American students specifically, were doing a graduation party on campus. The LAPD was called. There was about 400 people at the party. It was 2 a.m. There was a noise complaint, and when the police showed up, this is not the picture for the
FYI.
The FYI.
They were not tying up white
That
women
was-
at this
They were
party.
not tying up white women at the USC racial profile. That was not what I was meaning by saying racially profiling anything. Okay, so the USC party, there's 400 guests. They're racially profiling, or allegedly they're calling racial profiling because the police showed up, and when they came up for the noise complaint, as I was mentioning, and they're saying that the black students who were there were saying that there was a white party going on across the street which had equal amount of noise, and that only the black party had to shut it down. Now LAPD is saying that the crowd got rowdy when they were asked to turn down the music, and bottles were being thrown, and the students got really rowdy. So there's this whole thing that's going on with USC campus. Now on Tuesday night, LAPD met with a lot of the students on campus to kind of have like a peace offering and to speak about what was going on. And when the head of LAPD asked a question to the people about how many people really thought that the party was a racial profile party, mostly all the hands were raised, including white students, black students, Asian students. It was not just specific to the African American students. So one of the quotes with this, because there was a video for this that went viral, and actually there were 2 videos, and in one of the videos a student quoted by saying, African American student Lamar Gary said, "I want you to witness the LAPD right now. We were having fun at the college party. No one had a gun. It was straight up college students. IDs were checked, and right here we have 79 LAPD officers at our party." So, there's... Yes.
Negative K, nothing further, just city Caribbean.
And that is not the actual sound effect from the LAPD, by
That's
the
our
way.
own
That is
special
our
sound
own
effect.
special sound effect. But yeah, what do you guys think about this story? I mean, we seem to be talking about this a lot.
Shame on LAPD.
Yeah, and I mean, not to say that this wasn't profiled. I mean, it's hard to say that because, I mean, at the same time, come to UMass Amherst and you will witness this.
I think it's it's an epidemic on any
Yeah.
campus
It
where
happens
there's a
everywhere.
smaller
Yeah.
black population versus
Yeah.
the white population. The black parties always get shut down. I haven't been in school in years, and our parties got shut down repeatedly by campus police. even if the white kids were doing the exact same thing, sometimes worse, because they used to fall in the bushes all the time, drunk and throwing up on sidewalks. They didn't get broke up.
Yeah, it's just kind of scary to see, this many. I mean, look at them. They lined
79
up,
riot
scary.
officers.
lined across the road like it's
Yeah.
about to be World War II.
What
like,
defines
that's
rowdy for
doing the
them? Like,
most.
is it just because somebody was up in a cop's face and said, "What? We're not doing anything. We're not doing." Like,
Exactly.
is that rowdy? And you got to call that much back up?
Right.
Yeah, especially, I mean, the students are saying there's no evidence that anyone threw a bottle, even though the LAPD said that. So,
Yeah.
I
I would
don't
like
know.
to give them the benefit of the doubt that, maybe somebody, because, there are dumb kids and do stupid things. Like, maybe they weren't going to be that aggressive, but somebody might have thrown a bottle.
Right.
Yeah, I
But
could see that.
do you
at any
really
party,
need-
actually.
Really? Yeah, any drunk people.
the only thing I can actually say that that came out of this I do appreciate is that LAPD has made the move to try and solve this problem.
No.
And hopefully this will expand to other things and can stop this problem. I mean, it's going to happen, but if one person, two people start the trend, maybe eventually we can get rid of
At
it.
least open the lines of
Maybe.
communication.
Maybe. Let's hold
And
that hope.
kumbaya, all right? Kumbaya. All right. Well, speaking of bottle throwing, someone who I sometimes want to throw a bottle at is Ann Coulter.
Here's the white woman.
Here's the white woman picture that we've been waiting for. And we know her. She's a very controversial columnist. She's been making a lot of comments recently about the Democrats and Obama's administration and
Yeah, in
all of
general.
his rules and in general. She was recently on Sean Hannity's show this week, and when the conversation talked about Obama's foreign policy, and didn't have too many nice things to say about Obama. She basically said that everything that he's implementing is stupid. She said that his foreign policy from Syria to Benghazi doesn't make sense. She said that he actually cares more about his basketball bracket than making any changes to the foreign policy.
Harsh, and
Yes.
that's harsh.
Yes, she said that since he's been in office, that there's more dangerous situations that have happened, and since whenever any Democrat gets in office, she said that overall things are more dangerous.
That's
than
where
if
she went too far.
That's where she went too far. Now,
I don't know what kind of world we're living in up here.
exactly, yeah. Now she did make one comment that I can't believe I'm saying this, but she did say something that I do agree with.
Yes.
She was referring to a story about the South Carolina chairman who spoke at a dinner this week in reference to an Indian American governor.
Yes.
And when asked about the governor, he said, in quote, he plans on sending her the hell back to wherever she came from. And this is, his name is South Carolina Chairman Dick Harpootlian.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know that's.
Yeah, and she
that's-
said no Republican would have ever
She
said that.
Yeah, she did say that. She said no Republican would have ever said that. And in history, they were talking about, Chris Hannity actually said that that wasn't true. He
Exactly.
said that there has been other quotes and other things that have been said from different people. And she said,
She
okay.
said they were just dumb. They were
she said they were
stupid.
dumb and they were
Yeah.
stupid. So, I
I
don't know.
love her terminology.
Yeah, it's very simple words. Dumb, stupid, doesn't
I can
make
respect
sense.
that. She's just trying to speak
Yeah.
to the people, to the masses, and not speak over them. She wants to speak directly to them, even if she's not always correct.
Well,
So-
also what she was saying was that with the Democrats is that they have tended to be more racist than, as we were saying, than the Republicans. She said some of the quotes that she had wanted to bring up is that racism is an endemic. She said racism is endemic to the Democratic Party. She said Biden, in a speech, said that Obama was clean and articulate, which we know how we feel when you say as black men are articulate. I mean, we
as opposed to,
as opposed to
Was
is
I
that an
not supposed to
open-ended
be?
compliment. Also, she said a few years ago, Bill Clinton said he would have that Obama would have been getting his suitcase for him in a joke in a speech.
which I feel
And,
like
you
that
know,
was a little contextually not okay, the way she presented that last
Right.
quote.
And that's true.
Yes.
So, and that's true. All right.
But I mean, it's hard because
It's
it's
hard.
Ann Coulter.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's what I'm
it's
saying.
really
Like
hard
normally
to
I can't agree with
defend.
her. Now, what she said about a couple things with the Democrats,
Yeah.
yes, I agree. And with the chairman, the South Carolina chairman, with what he said
Yes.
about the Indian governor, yes, I completely agree
Yeah.
with what she's saying.
And especially about the race thing, because I think everyone does kind of throw Republicans in one bucket and call them
Yes.
racist. But there are things that she brought up, just about the African American community always following the Democratic Party, and not really looking at everything that it promotes. You know, I mean, I think that there's different types of racism on both sides. So I mean, she always throws in like one little sentence where you're like, maybe there is a real human inside there.
There
Maybe.
is. It's
Just when you kind of want to like her, but then she's going to say something silly on some other
'Cause
talk
she
show
plays
or
with
some
that
news
concept
program.
of the enemy that you can see versus the enemy that's underneath. And she's calling the Democratic Party basically the enemy underneath. And I don't wholeheartedly disagree with that. But at the same time.
But don't put the other one on a pedestal.
But then she throws in the whole like Republicans would never say that, and we all know that's not true. And she herself said many of things quite similar to that, which it's
catch her on the View.
I don't know, but I think if anything, it makes us like just think, just use your mind, listen, because what she was saying about Benghazi, not altogether wrong.
That's true.
Something to think about, like just because he's a black man doesn't mean he's doing everything right.
Right. Speaking of a black man who apparently didn't do everything right, though, is Michael Jackson. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen this story.
We can leave the white woman picture. No,
we can leave the white woman story. No, we will take that down. So Michael Jackson, of course, we know there's a big lawsuit right now involving his family and AEG. Well, to add to that lawsuit, there is a choreographer named Wade Robson, who we know he actually was the person who worked with Britney Spears.
Yes.
He worked with NSYNC. He's really good. He's Australian. You might remember this kid. He used to hang out with Michael Jackson and spend the night when he had little sleeping parties.
That's how we would remember him.
Well, I'm saying no, but there were stories about him spending the night with Michael Jackson as a young kid. In fact, in 2005, when Michael Jackson was being taken to court for the molestation trial, Wade was one of the people that they interviewed. And in the trial, he explained that none of it was true. He had never been molested by Michael Jackson. He had never seen anything about anyone being molested. You know, he was a total support of Michael Jackson at the time. Well, Wade has decided to change his story this week. Wade has filed a claim against Michael's estate because he is now saying that he suppressed a lot of those memories of being molested as a kid. And as of last year, he had a situation where he actually had a breakdown because all of the memories start coming back to him about what Michael molesting him. He's claiming now that Michael molested him for 7 years, and that when he was pressured to say what he said during the 2005 trial by Michael, because Michael actually had told him that if anyone ever finds out what he did, we will both go to jail for the rest of our lives.
Yeah,
but he was a grown-up at that
that's
point.
exactly.
Oh man.
A lot of people are calling this a not so true story. Lionel Richie was just interviewed by TMZ, and he actually even said that he thinks that Wade's statement is bogus.
It's sad because it's like such a touchy subject, and if it really did happen to him, then that's really messed up. At the same time, it's just
Because it's totally possible that he suppressed feelings about it and thoughts about it and
Those
just
are
had no memory.
heavy.
Like, those are things that happen when people are traumatized in certain ways. So it's possible. My issue always comes in when you have to file a suit against the estate for it. Like, just go to therapy, work it out. Why do you need to file? Like, what do you need the money? Like, what
or
are
at
you
least
getting?
ask for the estate to pay for the therapy.
Or for the
You know what I
therapy
mean?
or something. Like, I don't,
At this
because there's
point,
no
you're like-
criminal charges that can be filed at this point. He's since passed away. So I don't know what he's gaining by a civil suit for money.
Yeah.
But then again, it's not for us to judge, I guess. But I don't know. I don't think it's altogether impossible that he's telling the truth, but I just think that
just also know
maybe.
that-
I think it's bad. It's hard. I don't know. I don't know if I believe him.
I know that Britney Spears ain't calling him to choreograph his tours anymore, so he may be lighten the
But at the
pockets.
same time, like, you get to a lower place. Like, at that time, things were going great. Michael's like, just don't say nothing. Like, maybe that did happen. Maybe it was fine at that point. And now you're in a different place in your life, and you're actually thinking about these things, and maybe something bad did happen to you. I don't know.
I don't know.
But I do. Oh, Wade, go dance.
All right. Well, in other music news, something we're going to end on a positive note today.
That's rough.
I know that we've been speaking about, as we talked at the beginning of the show, there's been several deaths in. That's a funny picture. There's been
those
several
deaths.
deaths in the rap community. We lost Chris from Criss Cross this last week, and then there's been periodic deaths throughout the years. But rappers are starting to change their mentalities. There's been several old school rappers, such as Melly Mel. We now even have RZA from Wu-Tang, who's joining forces with 50 Cent and Snoop to kind of change the mentality of how people view rap music and health. and just shifting the priorities. Because of the recent deaths, they feel like, you know, these young kids who are growing up need to have a different focus, because originally in rap, the how it kind of was transitioned into adulthood was that most people thought they wouldn't live past the age of 25. That's kind of how it was promoted in the rap industry. You were from the hood, you know, you partied hard, you lived hard, and you probably wouldn't live past 25 anyway, so
And
what
if
did
you
it
did,
matter?
you'd be in jail.
And if you did, you'd be in jail. So it was a lot of statistics on that sense. But what the rappers now are saying is that, listen, we want to change the mentality here. So like, for example, 50 said, you know, listen, when I'm at the club and people think I'm drinking champagne, I'm actually drinking ginger ale. And Snoop said, yes, I am a chronic weed smoker, and I'm not going to stop that.
Don't get the munchies.
But he says he has dropped alcohol
Yes.
has not had alcohol in the last 6 years.
He said some girl tried to roofie him.
He said because some girl tried to roofie his drink.
I should have laughed.
I
Men can
know,
be
but I
raped,
mean, no.
but, yeah.
RZA said he's
Girl, what was she gonna do with a roofied Snoop Dogg?
She
Where
was
are you
gonna
going?
attack him and make a baby
and
so
end
she
up
could
on
get some
TMZ.
checks.
Exactly. RZA, who is now 15 years as living now as a vegetarian for 15 years, he said that he's changed his lifestyle and that others should start to change their lifestyle as well. Melly Mel said that he's lost several of his friends in the rap game since '82 when he had one of his breakout hits with his group, and he said that they're really trying to push the message to have people change the mentality and be more healthy. They said all those days of just popping bottles and just doing drugs are starting to catch up with a lot of these artists. You know, they even used the example of Lil Wayne and Rick Ross, who we speak about on the show a lot, as using them as examples to say they need to change their messaging and their lifestyle, or it could go downhill for them too. So,
And Rick Ross, this is a golden opportunity, since you ain't got no endorsement deals, to hop on this and run with it.
And lose 40 pounds. America loves a weight loss story. Get the
You
diabetes
would be
under control.
popping.
Like, it would be great.
Yeah,
you can
so-
make up for that last moment.
I mean, I think it's positive. I think there needs to be a change in that regards. And, you know, look at LL Cool J. He's a rapper, but he's healthy, you know? I mean, so just
I love
get it
it.
together. We don't need to
Positivity.
lose anybody.
We certainly do not.
All right, guys. Well, that is our trending topics, news and gossip, and hot topics for the week.
Oh, yes.
Courtney, where can all of your fans who love you and want to wish you happy birthday find you?
Wish me happy birthday on Twitter at Stuart Starlet.
Jesse.
DJ Jesse J.
And you can find me at Dario Kristen on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to go vote for the Buzz Meter question, which we spoke about today. Do you think that Kobe Bryant's mother is entitled to sell his stuff? I want to go vote right now, actually. But
Why was it at your mama house?
we'll read it all next week. Be sure to tune in. We'll see you soon.
Good night.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Dario Kristen, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network. If you have questions or comments, tweet us at BHL Online or email us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. For more exclusive content, visit blackhollywoodlive.com. This has been a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network. The views expressed here are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.